Everyone, John Pojeta here with the PT Services Group. Hope you're doing really well. Welcome back to Ask Dan. Dan, our sales guru. Hudak, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Excellent. Excellent. So let's talk about sort of what we call here affectionately the struggle is real when it comes to sales. It's tough. It's hard to be up for every appointment. It's hard to stay disciplined. It's hard not to get, I don't know if I'd say lazy, but it's hard not to just stick to it. And we talk about the need for discipline, but then we talk about that next layer, asking really good and tough questions and how a lot of salespeople get away from that. Like you gave me a really, really good example of a hard question to ask an existing client where you would look at them and say, so tell me what it would take for me to lose your business. And that's a question that takes a lot of courage. We need people to stick to the core things of even just asking for the next appointment on every meeting, making sure you get the paying, those kinds of things. What advice can you give to help that discipline side of things and the consistency of the behavior?
Well, let's start with the question, why are we uncomfortable asking those questions? Because I think that starts to answer a lot of things. Sales is not a place for us to get our needs met. It is a place for us to take money to the bank and to offer solutions. That's what it is. And so many times, those of us in sales, we try to get our needs met. We want people to like us. We want people to be friendly to us. At the end of the day, I want people to respect me. I'll make friends later once they buy from me, but I want them to respect me. So one of the things that I learned a long time ago, when I have to ask a really tough question, that made it easier for me is I would always phrase by saying something like this. Hey, John, I need to ask you a tough question. Are you okay with that? And you got to watch your tonality. And here's what happens. The high driving guy or woman is like, yep, bring it on. I'm ready. The person who's kind of weak goes, oh, okay. And they're kind of
Right.
sheepish. But they just gave you permission to ask a tough question. And now you can do that. I want you to pretend when we go on these sales calls that you're like that dentist with that little hooky pointy thing. And your goal is to go and tap on all these teeth. And the hope is you don't find anything. I mean, at the end of the day, the dentist hopes your teeth are fine. But if they don't tap with that little pointy thing, they're not going to find that weak area in your tooth. They're going to see you all tense up and they yell out, it's A13 or whatever, right? But here's the thing, unless we start poking and unless we start asking really tough questions, we never find the problem. And I got to admit, this is really uncomfortable for me. I like people to like me. I want
Sure.
people to be, but I've learned a long time ago when I meet with prospects, in my mind, I'm saying to myself, this is their luckiest day in their life, and I can change their life. And when I say that, then I'm a little more okay asking pretty tough questions.
Yeah, it goes back to your commentaries around the attitude you carry into engagements and how that influences how things go. One quick follow-on question to what you said there. Tell us a little bit more about how it helps you by saying up front, hey, I really need to ask you a tough question. Is that okay? How's that help you?
Because they've given me permission and now I can ask it and they can't get mad at me. They
It's
can't
almost
because
a
they
little bit
told
of a
me I could
mental
do
game
it.
for yourself. I get it. I get it. No, it's good stuff.
Sometimes I'll phrase things like, how do I tell you that was the stupidest thing I ever heard without you getting ticked at me? I'll say things like that. Now, what's interesting is I just told them it was the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Right.
But
Right.
they can't get ticked at me because I'm asking, how do I do this, right? But the key is ask the tough question because only then can you find the real problem.
Yeah. And they're used to not being asked tough questions.
I totally agree.
Good stuff. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care. Dan.
Bye.